this fusion summon card is simply grouped by card effect. So this one in particular, or like any fusion summon monster?
So it's itself. It's referring to. It's funny you showed Rattle.
Welcome back. All right, be careful.
You talk about not testing their cards.
It's crazy how every time I do videos with you, I always cards that just. I shit on the game, but like.
You don't realize how good you have it comparatively.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good. Like, that is a really good card. That is maybe the final step, though. I'm trying to think of, like...
I'm gonna let you know, it's not.
It's not? I mean... My card. Baron was Baron here for this?
Baron was not correct. And I will let you know. Isn't that great?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. I think it's also limited, but it's tough with, fusion monsters are interesting because it kind of doesn't really matter if it's limited because you don't really care about drawing it. Like, you just get to
right, because it's in the extra deck. Yeah, but it does matter from a redundancy.
That's something Raren can understand that CGB still kind of struggles with realizing. It's something that you can eventually understand, but I think it's something that you understand the quickest when you've actually played the game yourself.
The last boss monster. Know your answer.
Okay, no, I see that. Kalino Heart? Kalino Heart? So you need Rhino Heart. Aqua monster. So you don't actually need colors for this.
Yep, this one needs Rhino Hearts because it's like.
Cannot be used as if this card is special summoned or if an Aqua monster is sent to the graveyard by card effect while this is on the field. Trigger one card in your
Straight up just Chinese food.
Like card effect. Special summon this card. Graveyard. Effect one. Effect one turn. So even if it resummoned, you can send 2 cards to the graveyard or to your opponent's deck. Sorry.
Correct. But it also.
One card your opponent controls. Okay, so you have to remind me of mechanics here. If I use a monster effect and my opponent uses this card against it, the monster effects still go off and send to the deck.
The effect in that instance was placed. However, there is a window that, depending on the type of effect, might go hard shuffle. Depends on like the type of effect. For instance, like Early's effect is on summon. No window for you. Shuffle it away before. However, if Early said not on summon, if it just said like once per turn you can send the top 3 cards to the graveyard, Kalino Heart could be used before Early would activate that effect to shuffle it away. So just to help.
Okay, so in a lot of cases this is like almost treated like a negate. It seems like you would that, but also you're shuffling it back.
Like a pseudo negate. Yeah, sure. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's more removal, but it can be negate, like preventative.
Okay. So I'm just asking, like, how good is that effect to shuffle something back into the deck?
Very good.
See, that's really good.
Very good. Because shuffling into the deck is like a better form of removal. It's not going to. For instance, like the pure match. Kalino Heart said, target card your opponent controls sent it to the graveyard, that would trigger the tear element effect, so like that's bad, right? We're shuffling into the deck, no effects of it. So shuffling into the deck is very good.
So I'm trying is this one really good? Okay, I know this is like the final. I don't get this one.
Okay,
maybe interesting. Because I guess in Hearthstone, like we have setting cards back to back. Sometimes they're annoying. It was really annoying back in like 17. now it's not as brutal anymore. I feel like we just have so much draw, so I'm kind of just not worried about it. In Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously, you don't have as much draw, so it's significant. Basically, well, you do it once per turn. Turn, you pass the turn over. That what at the start of the turn.
Whenever, yeah, like if you have a way to send Kaleido Heart to grave type and then summons himself, you send it to your card to the card, and it because he was sent to the grave by card effect, like you get, yeah, like it's.
So you get like basically like this thing doesn't die until it's what vanished. Like how do you get?
You can banish it. You can shuffle it into the deck. Funny enough, like it out itself. And so if you kill it twice in a turn, it won't resurrect itself. It might resurrect it once in a turn. So if you have like a removal spell, it comes back, it shuffles away one of your things. If you have a second removal spell and kill it, then it won't.
Like no, and if I'm like your opponent going against it, I feel like I'm putting so many answers in that I just lost. Like how do I win? Like, that just sounded so bad in my head. Like that's like 5 cards for 1. I mean, in that case, when I say it like that, it sounds really gross. And like, honestly, it's funny. The Radamore thing is like insanely accurate here. Most decks didn't have a way to deal with it, so like even if you spent all your removal on it, it would just come back.
Yep, exactly. And like if you're playing the mirror match, which again, like I said, format, Kaleido Heart can out Kaleido Heart, right? So like that's one of the reasons why like you had to be playing this deck to counter this deck. Like that good.
Rhino Records.
Okay. Which to be fair, if they ban Rhino Heart, you can't play Kaleido Heart. So it kind of like shadow bans Kaleido Heart.
Would they do that though? I feel like that's
What's the interesting question? Would they do that, Rick?
But that feels so bad. Like I feel like I would hate Konami if they did all these cards and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna ban this one and also this one can effectively ban.
Oh, you young
naive that's
child.
fucking cringe. That's the way I'm putting it. I don't know how I feel. I feel like Konami did that, but also they probably played. Got it comment right now. I can see like on all caps, it's like, does this mean Kaleido Heart's also banned? Like, okay, I don't know. It's like that feels so ridiculous. So,
Good ban Kaleido Heart, making Rhino Heart.
I think Rhino Heart's probably limited then if that's the case. But I don't like if Kaleido Heart is like probably
Which is what? What's the big problem?
I think it's Rhino Heart, no? Like
Rhino Heart's the bigger problem. Okay.
Like this is again it's the conversation of like what is the problem with this combo? Is the fact that you have redundancy, the fact that you have a tutor to get your redundancy, the fact that you're basically taking everything out in one instant.
I mean, that's just trying Yu-Gi-Oh in a nutshell, basically.
Yeah, so, but like I feel like from what I saw when I was playing, there was a lot of. Actually, no, I was gonna lie to your face. I was gonna feel like I can't respond to my opponent, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I feel like maybe it's a skill death mode. I think Carson did a good job of ending the tournament.
Yeah, I will say, like, one of the strengths of why this deck is so good is that it can play a whole other on your opponent's turn. And, like, we have stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh! That lets you interact on the opponent's turn, like mana traps and stuff. Like, one-off piece of interaction that, like, it wants it. Right? Where, like, your element, go, like, special summon have this on your opponent's turn, mill, like, the god 3 cards. You're literally, like, comboing on your opponent's turn. And it's like they're not even getting the play.
Yeah. That is so stupid. That is really
It very much is. Very much is. You know, like,
get rid of...
But, oh no, I was gonna say, you know how, like, Magic has the stack, and we have, like, chain. Right? It was not uncommon to see, like, chain link in matches. Because of how many of them resolve. It's absolutely
It's then the question ends up being, especially with the person that starts the chain or the person that...
It's a great question.
Like, I feel like you're taking a gambit here, like, you first, and then, like, see what happens.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. You might see some cards later that might pose that question.
There's more to this?
Oh, we're about halfway through.
Oh, interesting.
We're not done.
I thought this was
We're
it.
not done. Oh no, not done.
Okay, I'm gonna say that this guy I feel like if they banned when it's kind of, I hate that you lost it, I don't want to.
So we're at Rhino Heart Limited, King Kalos Band, and Root Kalos Limited, Rhino Heart.
Yeah, we'll go with that, sure.
Okay.
I mean, they're all bannable, I don't fucking know.
I mean, honestly, you're not wrong. So, this is interesting. Rhino Heart was limited, but in Japan, actually kept Rhino Heart at 3 US territory. Got it wrong. It's kind of weird that they did that, because, like, Rhino Heart is also very good. Maybe they figured, like, we limited all the other early Shiren have this package, so, like, then your Rhino Heart, like, left. Maybe that was the philosophy. Like, we don't know, because unlike your game and many others, why they did it. But they actually left Rhino Heart at 3, which means Kaleido Heart was also safe. They never touched Kaleido Heart at all. It's interesting, he talked about, like, whether the extra deck could play, like, one of a card or, like... Kaleido Heart was only played as a 1-of, mainly because it kind of just, like, but also you could very easily just get back into extra deck, cycle it, so it wasn't... The people only needed one copy of this card. Even if they limited it, it wouldn't have done anything. Kikalos were correct. They did ban Kikalos, because Kikalos just does fucking everything. The fact that on summon, literally just add any card or send any card to the cartridge effect, already a huge amount of value. But then the fact that you can send Kikalos for its own effect to special summon something like a Burly or a Shiren. Typically, Burly was very common, because then Kikalos and Burly would form a chain, and you mill 8 cards off the top of your deck. Kikalos mills 5, Burly mills 3. So that was a way to out Burly and special summon it instead of wasting that, because you wanted to use it. Rhino Heart, because Rhino Heart was a lot more value. So Kikalos was way too good for a singular card and got banned, unfortunately. Rest in peace. Rukalos, similarly to Kaleido Heart, Rukalos is fine. We talked about how they ban cards to shadow ban other ones. You need Kikalos to make Rukalos, so they sort of just indirectly hit Rukalos by hitting Kikalos.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, okay. I don't know, bro, it's... Nami puts himself in such weird situations, because they can't just outright, like, nerf a card, they have to ban it. I don't know, it's so good.
Anyway, let's continue. Here's your next card.
Alright, Mindful Planets.
Perla Rhino, close enough.
Yeah. Close enough. Look at the arts, bro. This card is activated. You can add 1 2-limit monster or Visa Frost. Check your hand fusion. Oh, they just added it just because I like it?
It's part of the lore with this deck, so, like, no one ever was playing.
Fusion monsters and 2-limit monsters take 25 attack. If a 2-limit monster you control, or give it a shuffle, or extra deck, except for the damage type. You get 1 card on the... Bro, there's like so much. You get 1 card on the... Right. Hold on.
Okay.
That again. If it's your limit monster you control or in the graveyard, just shuffle extra deck. Or you 1 card on the field destroyed. Oh! Wow! Wow! That's so cool, dude.
And for context, this is a field spell, so this is like an enchantment.
Oh! That's great!
Isn't it? Isn't it fun?
Wow, that is... just when you thought it couldn't get better, it gets better. That's a stupid-ass card.
Card was initially a secret rare, which is our highest rarity. This card is like $100 a copy.
That's so stupid. That is... Yep.
So when you fusion summon, because you're putting cards back into effect, that triggers Perla Rhino, so you can pop something. Also, if you shuffle something away with Kaleido Heart's effect, guess what? You get an additional pop in addition to that. Isn't that great?
Yeah,
Isn't that fun? I told you we weren't done.
How long are the games? Are they like 20 seconds?
Oh, the mirror matches? They're like 40 minutes per game, and that is not exaggeration.
I feel like unless you're on like a really than your opponent, I would just concede on the spot depending on what they're opening. I would never.
Hello and welcome.
That is
Oh
like
no.
it's funny because in the
I'll
Demon
go
Hunter
with
mirror
that
match, it was like your opponent played the
Anything
1-3,
else you
you
need?
didn't have the
Come
1-3,
again.
like you might as well just concede.
Okay.
You probably played it out just because, like, why would you just
What do you need?
turn one? But
Very
What
funny
do you
because there is only one card in person. I'm not gonna be sure. That made the mirror
Was there
match
something else? Farewell.
one-sided. If you were able to get out, because it shut off the ability to. So going first, if the person set that card, they were in a very advantageous position. And with that, we're still able, like, you could let the opponent do, like, the most with the deck, and in the mirror match, the deck was so strong that even if they do the most, you can actually fight back.
I'm kind of shocked. I figured it would be like we're going first. The other person didn't have happiness, like the game.
Happiness definitely plays a big role. But, happiness is like a, and you're allowed to like start playing on your own, possibly. So
Yeah.
again, like the deck was just the engine of this deck was so strong that aside from that one card that basically, you could still actually have like a. I won't say it's still like viewed against you in second, but you do draw an extra card going. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was he matches like a similar game of a match, so like game 1 of 3. A secret game go like 4 a lot of the time. A lot of people had to manage their time appropriately. Felt like they were early spending next. Okay.
I'd be curious to see if you had like the percentage of going for.
We don't because it's not digital.
Oh, okay, that's.
Going first is a huge advantage though because you can card that shit. Yeah, so it's definitely
That's what I
for
was
going
curious
first.
about.
For sure.
Okay. I mean, this card's obviously really good. I don't know what else needs to be said about it. We've already gone through why it's disgusting. Maybe limited, but also probably banned. I'm so shocked they made like an aura
Oh,
card
of course.
for
I'll take
Field
those.
specs. Just basically a continuous spell.
I'll take. We had some new things come in.
I'm shocked they made it that.
Thank you very
But
much.
this every third. Okay, that's
What do you
little
need?
bit, but okay. I'll go with banned.
Gonna go with base.
Farewell.
Okay. And on Perla Rhino. Okay. I will say it's interesting
Welcome.
too. You wouldn't think the attack gain actually matters on this card because but in the mirror match specifically, it does matter. Have this, your opponent does it. All of your stuff's buffed. You can
Here
like
you
hit
go.
over all of your opponent's stuff here. Like I said, if you
Here
kill
you
stuff by
go.
battle, it doesn't effects because so that attack gain, it's kind of innocuous, but it actually doesn't matter.
Could I help you with anything else?
Random question, because I actually don't remember.
I'll take good
It's like
care
monster
of them.
attacks during the battle phase.
Yeah, if it allows you to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That's gonna be like maybe the
Here
play
you
was
go.
second your turn starts, you just head into the battle phase. I just
So a lot of people put in the mirror match like battle phase.
Thank you very much.
Try to clean up you have to like get in a position like gain out all your.
Hello and
But
welcome.
the battle phase was actually very important because if you had like a Perla
Oh
Rhino,
no.
able
Oh
to then
no.
sort of stabilize
I'll
you,
call the
not all your
doctor. Sleep tight. Here's the guest book
but-
here.
Say Perla Rhino was never banned.
All
I
right.
believe
Careful.
again in OC Japanese. I think they have limited this card to 1, which again, like it just shows like how powerful it is.
What do you need?
They have done that, but for us, we kept this card in league. I don't know why, because this card is fucking broken, but you know what? It is what it is. And honestly, probably because it was like the money card of the set, they probably kept it in league. I'll be straight.
how do they? What do you mean by that? Because like Konami doesn't like only sell the card on its own; they sell it in like a bundle or something.
Right, they
So
sell it in
you're saying-
they sell it in packs, but the thing is, that's the card people after for the scarcity because it's the highest rarity. People are trying to get like $100, like pay $100 a copy of the card, buy booster boxes, $60. Right, know that's your money card.
Oh, okay. Right. Sorry, I understand what you meant. I understand. So it's not like they're increasing the price of the box. They're making people want to get the box more because of
Precisely.
how much value.
Because this is the only way to get this card was with, and there was a tournament like a week after this. So if you didn't have a way to like buy your singular copies, you had to crack boxes hoping you could copy a Perla Rhino.
That's Konami. Absolutely.
Chad move. Anyway, here's your next one.
That's messed up. Okay. You live in Scream. monster is normal. If a monster/monster is normal or special summon. Wait, oh my god, let me start again. If a monster/monsters is normal or special summon, it's monster. Or I don't agree. So, during the damage step, you can top your card. That's a great. Actually, a lot. That's a great card. Also, for the rest of this turn, all monsters your opponent control lose 500 attack. Press sent to the graveyard by card effect. Add 1 to limits trap from your deck to your hand. How would you send this to your hand? Like just by using like the remove card. Or sorry, to the graveyard. Actually, the graveyard. Sorry.
You can just mill it.
Like, oh, you're so right! Oh my god, you're so right!
So even if you mill it, it gives you value. Isn't that great? I will show you one next. The next card I will show you.
I mean, like, that's good. The whole card is very strong.
Also
I'll
continuous.
So
it stays out on the field.
So, hold on a fucking second. Every single... Is it every time? No, it's only once.
It's only once per turn, but, again, you can also trigger it on the opponent's turn.
Oh my.
That's fun. That's great.
That's so... What the... Why? Like... What is that figure? Okay, like, so you... Not only are you making... Oh my god. So you get more trap cards. You get... Actually, you're just drawing more cards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Alright. I mean... Like, I don't... Maybe not... Is it better than last card? I don't know if it's better than last card. Okay, that's good. Good. More redundancy.
I mean, every card in this deck's good. That's deck M, right?
Okay, from this figure us off in North America, the last one was it? No way, this one's touched. Unless the trap card is disgusting. Obviously, I don't know yet.
Do you want to see the trap before you evaluate?
Sure.
Okay. Well, where do you think this is for now? I'll just put a pin. Up below. You think this is 3? Okay, so this is unlimited.
I'm basing that off the fact the last one wasn't touched.
Let's take the trap.
So okay. This is the only trap you're running, or is there multiple?
There's another one, but this is the most common.
Soliac?
Yeah,
Soliac?
got it, Soliac. You're really good at these names in this video. I'm kind of surprised.
Control a legitimate monster. Bring 1 effect monster your opponent controls, making effects, and then 1 monster you figure. Card is sent to the graveyard by card effect. 1 limits monster from your deck to your hand. Oh, great. Only use each effect of this once per. Okay, hold on.
Welcome.
Effects. 1 monster. Bad though, bro.
I'll take good care of that.
Exactly! Then Kaleido Heart resummons itself and then
Here you
shuffles a
go.
card.
See, like that. Okay, like again, like.
And then because you shuffle something, you have the field spell and pops another card your
Thank you
opponent had.
very much.
So everything in this deck just stays
Oh,
on
and
board. It
of
never.
course. Make sure you get
It's,
plenty of
you
your
know, it
guest
always
dear.
pays out, Rare, and I'm
That's
telling
so-
you.
I mean, I don't even know it. Or this is
All right.
I don't like
Be
this.
careful.
Or get thrashed, but this is like it's fun.
What do you need?
I mean, like
Who's on duty?
that's really
Done.
good. That is a really
Was
good
there
effect.
something
The
farewell?
fact that this trap spell also is like this.
Because you can do it every single turn.
Oh, you.
You have multiple on the board too.
So you can, but you can only use each effect once
Okay.
a hard.
Let's hear
Okay,
it.
so it doesn't benefit you to have both.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. I was gonna be like, if you could do that, like, activate.
No, we got some guardrails. We got some guardrails.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
This one, huh?
You really needed it. I mean, that's really good. Is that gonna change my opinion about Scream though?
Is it?
That's a good question. And I honestly feel like, so this is the same conversation we kind of had earlier. If you limit Soliac, technically nerf Scream when you want to. Then like you don't need that redundancy as much because you're only looking for 1 trap card. So maybe you still run a couple of copies of it. I don't think they would touch Scream, especially if there's another card. I think they would touch the problem cards. Soliac seems like okay.
We'll try
So
making it. Let's get started.
1's probably fine. So I would limit probably
So
Soliac.
limited Soliac Scream.
I don't know.
Okay.
Something's missing.
So, let's talk about Scream. You're correct. They did not touch
This
Scream.
one,
But
right?
Scream is very strong. Being able to just mill, so like, normal Burly while Scream is
Let's
active,
get started.
6 instead of 3. So, like, again, because you don't need to pay out. Once
All
again,
right,
the
let's
attack
move.
reduction on Scream is actually very relevant, especially when you pair the Rhino, because now you have a 1,000 point attack value on all monsters. Scream is only, it only
Anything
affects
else you
stuff.
need? Later.
All monster potentials 500. So that's everything. Not like just whatever space.
Hello and welcome.
So, again, you're in this
Here's the guest book,
like
dear.
second year board. Rhino plus Scream gives you in terms of attack value on all your stuff.